Now we will learn the next lesson from the window. Omna had slept early as it was too dark to see outside. When the train stopped early in the morning, they reached the station Madgaon. Appa told they had reached the state of Goa. Omna could not see anything from her train because it was very dark, so she went off to sleep. And when the train stopped in the morning, she woke up and her father told that they have reached the Madgaon. Madgaon is a small place in Goa, and Goa is a small state in India. They got off the station and had some tea and filled their water bottles. After some time, the train started moving again. The scene outside was very beautiful. She saw field with red soil, green crops, and hills covered with trees. She could smell the ponds. The air was cooler as compared to Ahmedabad. Said they got off the station and have filled the water bottles and had some tea, and then after some time they got inside the train and the train started moving. The scene outside was very beautiful. There were red soil is good for paddy, and green crops, hills covered with trees, and she could smell the ponds. The ponds were full of water and the air was cooler. Why? Because there is a lot of greenery in Kerala. And because of the greenery, there is a lot of rainfall. And because of the rainfall, the air is cooler over there. The train passed a level crossing. People are waiting on both the sides of the crossing for the train to pass. There are buses, auto rickshaw, cycles, motorcycles, scooters, and even bullock carts. Some people do not switch off the engine of the vehicle even while waiting. Some people were going under the bars of the level crossing. The train passed through a level crossing, and when the train passes, the gates are closed, the bars are closed, and people cannot go to the other side. And Omna saw many people on bicycles, auto rickshaws, cars, scooters, and many other vehicles waiting for the train to pass. And some people who were on scooters, they did not switch off the engines, which caused a lot of irritation to others, and it caused a lot of noise also, and pollution also. And some people who were in a hurry, they tried to cross from under the bar. At times, Omna's train passed other trains. Unni and Omna tried to count the carriages in a train, but they could not do it because the other train was going very fast. At times, that train passed, other trains passed Omna's train, and both sister and brother, they tried to count the number of compartments, but they could not do it because the train is the fastest land transport and it goes very fast, so it is not possible to count the number of compartments. After some time, Omna was sitting near the window with her eyes closed. Suddenly, the sound of a moving train changed khad khad khad. She opened her eyes and saw that the train was crossing a very big river on a very long bridge. The wheels rattled as there was no ground. After some time, Omna was sitting near the window with her eyes closed, and then suddenly she heard a noise, khad khad khad. She opened her eyes and saw that they were crossing a big bridge, and the bridge was on a big river. And Omna was very scared. Omna looked down and felt really scared. Scared means frightened. The river below was full of water and had some boats. She saw some fishermen on the banks. She waved at them, but the fishermen couldn't see her. Alongside the bridge, there was an other bridge full of buses and cars. Omna looked down from the train and was very frightened. Why? Because there was water everywhere. She saw some boats and some fishermen on the bank of the river. Parallel to the bridge, there was another bridge on which buses and cars were moving. After breakfast, Omna climbed onto the upper berth to read comics. It was bright and sunny outside. Suddenly, everything became dark. She got scared. Then the lights in the train came on, but it was still dark outside. Then she heard someone saying that they had entered a tunnel. After breakfast, Omna climbed onto the upper berth to read the comics which Sunil had given her. It was sunny outside, but suddenly everything became dark. Again, she got frightened. Then someone switched on the lights in the train, but outside it was still dark. Why it was dark? Because they had entered a tunnel. The tunnel seemed to go on and on. After some time, it was bright and sunny again. The train had crossed the tunnel. Appa explained to Omna that they were on the other side of the mountain. After that, they passed four other small tunnels. Now, Omna started enjoying going through tunnels. The tunnel was very long. After some time, it was sunny again. Appa told Omna that they were on the other side of the mountain. The route from Goa to Kerala had a total of 200 bridges and 92 tunnels. This is the route of the train from Goa to Kerala, and they had to cross 200 bridges and 92 tunnels. Can you tell me the reason? Yes, because there are lots of mountains and rivers on the way. In the afternoon for lunch, they had idli vada that they bought from Udupi station. They also bought some small but tasty bananas. Then they had the lunch of idli vada and small bananas which they had bought from Udupi station. As you go towards south, you will get many varieties of bananas. The scene had changed. There were many coconut trees and green fields everywhere. Amma said that these are paddy fields. Now they entered the state of Kerala and the scene had completely changed. They saw many coconut trees and paddy fields. Do we know how paddy is grown? I'll tell you. The field is plowed and the whole surface is covered with water of about 2.5 centimeter. After that, seeds are sown. Then after 40 days, the seedlings are planted again, maintaining proper distance. In Kerala, you will find jackfruit trees and rubber plants. Do you know how rubber is made? It is made by collecting a liquid sap from the tree by making a cut. This and then this goes undergoes different processes and we get rubber sheets. The houses and villages looked different. Even the people's clothes were different from the people in Ahmedabad. Most of the people were wearing white or cream colored dhotis or saris. And the houses and villages were looking quite different, and the people also were wearing different types of clothes. They were wearing white or cream colored. The houses and villages looked different. Even the people's clothes were different from the people in Ahmedabad. Most of the people were wearing white or cream colored dhotis or saris. The houses, villages, and the people were quite different from the people in Ahmedabad. And Omna saw that the people in Kerala were wearing white or cream colored clothes. Sunil's family was getting off at Kozhikode at about 6 o'clock. Sunil's parents and Omna's parents exchanged addresses and planned to meet each other again in Ahmedabad. It was evening and the train was going to reach Kozhikode at 6 o'clock. Both Sunil's and Omna's parents exchanged addresses and promised to meet in Ahmedabad when they returned back. It's 9 o'clock in the night. Omna's parents started packing up. The train will reach Kottayam in about 3 hours. And at 9 o'clock, Omna's parents started packing because the train was going to reach Kottayam in 3 hours. That means 12 o'clock at midnight. Tonight they will stay in Velliyamma's house. The next day they will take a bus that will take them to Ammuma's village. They were all very tired. After all, they were in the train for 2 days. What a long journey it had been. They had lots of fun. Villiyamma means mother's elder sister, and Amuma means mother's mother or grandmother. They decided to stay in Williama's house and they will go to their grandmother's house the next day by bus. All were very tired. Do you know why? Because they had been traveling for 2 long days. Although it had been a long journey, they enjoyed each and every moment and had lots of fun. Now we will learn about the languages spoken in different states. Andhra Pradesh Telugu, Assam Assamese, Maharashtra Marathi, Gujarat Gujarati, Karnataka Kannad, Tamil Nadu Tamil, Punjab Punjabi. Goa, Konkani, Odisha, Odia, Haryana, Haryanvi, West Bengal, Bengali, Madhya Pradesh, Hindi, Bihar, Bhojpuri, and Kerala, Malayalam. These are the languages spoken in different states. Hope you all have enjoyed. Thank you.